statement that your character Steve Trevor makes, and he says that not all people are all good, and sometimes he could be to blame and he's not perfect. Do you think that that's a general message for this whole movie? Or there's a message?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was
The whole idea.
I love that scene because it's trying to explain to someone why we fight wars. It's like, when you think about it, it's a great question. Why do we kill one another? And in that statement, I think, is both what's great and awful about being a human being, which is you can succumb to the worst parts of yourself and lose hope and become violent and nihilistic and just kind of follow that path. You can work against that and try your damnedest to do your part for the betterment of the world. And it's hard and messy and ugly, and none of us are perfect, but you can try, and I think that is the message. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Gal, amazing job, by the way.
Thank you.
This was like the Wonder Woman that I've always wanted to see.
Oh, wow. Thank
it's amazing.
you so much.
One thing that I loved was her wonderment of the world that man lives in. And one thing that Hippolyta kind of leaves her with is that you can't come back here. If Hippolyta were to see Diana now, what do you think she would think of her now with all this experience?
That's a very sweet question. I think she would be very proud, to see the woman she had become, and to see that she still sticks to her values, and like what you say, that it's not about what they deserve, it's about what she believes. And I think she would be very proud of her.
Can you guys tell me a little bit about, because Patty created an amazing world here with Wonder Woman, especially with Themyscira, and then going to man's world. Can you talk to me about how she was able to balance all these moving parts, especially being a period piece of World War I?
She's just really, really smart and really, really talented. She has this ability of being able to give attention to the smallest detail, but at the same time, never forgetting about the full picture. And I think that Patty came on board with a very specific vision. She always loved Wonder Woman. She was always very passionate about this character. And I think that with all of us were in line with the message and with who the character is and how do we want to tell the story.
Yeah, totally. I remember her saying something. We were shooting this scene in World War I, and there was a gas on the scene from some explosion or something, and it had like a blue-green tint. I was like, why? Is there something wrong with it? She's like, no, because with the grain of the film and how we're going to color correct, that's going to come off a certain way. So, and we talked about everything from like the size of my fedora. She mentioned Dick Tracy, like tonally where it's real, but it's heightened just that like nth degree where it's not real, but it's still real. So it's like Ludendorff is kind of real, but tonally he's just that much bigger. And so she played that with the colors and with
with everything,
the tone,
with every layer of the film.